Hi everyone. So today we're looking at a tutorial for one of my favourite cards and just a few simple techniques, and it turns into looking like a beautiful book. Okay, so it's something that I love doing, especially coming up to Easter. It makes a beautiful card. So there's one. It can be done from any size card. So this is a 6-inch square card. This is 5 by 7. Right, and this is just a normal one made from a full piece of card. Okay, so we're going to take a look at how easy it is. Okay, we're going to start off with a piece of card 11 by 8.5, and we want to score it at 5.5 and 6 3/4. Okay, so I'll pop that aside for the moment. Face down, we're going to do 5.5 and 6 3/4. Right, that is going to be the spine of the book, and that's going to be the front of the book. So whatever distance we put here, we want to add another bit to it. So I'm going to rotate that round, and then I want to come from the bottom. It's slightly off. Here we go. I'm going to go from 1 1/4, and I want to come up as far as that score line, the first score line. So let's see if we can see it on the camera. So I've got my halfway score line, I've got my 6 3/4 score line, and I've brought my 1 1/4 across until it meets there. Right, we can now put that to one side, and I'm going to fold it on the halfway line and just burnish. Now the magic starts. I want to take my scissors, and I'm going to leave the score line on there as part of the design, and I'm cutting along the top of the score line till I get to where the score lines meet. There we go. Now what I want to do is to take my scissors and gently curve up to that top. So I'm going to take my scissors and gently curve to the top of my thing here, but I must keep this. Okay. Right, now from where I've taken it from there, I slide down, and the score line will match up here, and I just want to mark that curve. So I'm going to cut through 2 pieces of the card. So now I've got my curve here, the same curve there. I'm going to take this back to the top and move it right to the left so that my score line here lines up with the edge of the card. Let's get it right. Now I'm just going to mark that curve again. Take my scissors and curve that. Now we have our basic book. Okay, absolutely lovely. Now it's up to you whether you want to keep this and do that on lots of other ones. Every one I do is just a slight different curve, but it doesn't matter. So let's get rid of that. Right. Now I'm going to take this here. I just want to gently mark that across there so that I can open out my book, and this will be what we see inside. Now I'm going to find a pen. Don't want it to be too bold. And I'm going to take my ruler, and following this curve I'm going to do random lines. I'm not expecting them to stand out very much because I've just chosen a very pale pen. Now, I'm not bothering if they're all horizontal, because when you actually pick up a book, that doesn't show up very much on the camera, but let's have a look at some of these. You can see it a bit better on here. This one I've done in a grey. This one shows up a bit darker. Actually, when you pick a book up, these pages will move apart slightly, so you don't have to get them all exactly horizontal. So I think for the purposes of the video, I'm going to make those a little bit darker for you. See how quickly it comes together. There, that shows up a bit better for you. Right, now from Carolyn's designs, I've chosen this one. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Right, and I'm going to take it and pop some double-sided tape on, and I think I'm going to layer it onto some copper. So I'm going to pop it onto there, and I like to do a fancy edge around it just to make it stand off the page a bit more. Right, it's got curved corners there, so just gently go round. I'm laying my scissors all along the edge, so there's no dies or anything used. It's purely what you have in your stash. More double-sided tape. And I'm going onto there. Now I've got something else I want to add on to here in a minute. Right, but let's go to the inside. So plenty of room to write on. But what I thought I would like to do is to bring in a little corner, and I'm going to take some red liner tape because that's fairly strong, and I want to just put a little bit of tape in the corners because I want to make a pocket. So you'll all be familiar from making your journals and doing pockets, but when I was looking for the designs, I did notice a nice tag which would make a lovely bookmark. So I'm going to pop that into the corner there, and it's now got a little tag that will go in. Okay, so let's have a quick look. There is my very simple book. I'm going to add one more thing onto that in a minute, but let's have a look at this one. This one again is made of a darker colour, got a bit of decoupage on it. This one's 6x6, this one 5x7, but what I want to show you is this one. So I have just cut a 1-inch strip of matching card, and by using the same curve I've just chopped it a little bit shorter top and bottom. So if I was to do that on here, let me cut a 1-inch strip from here. So it can be anything toning in. But I just wanted to show you how to use your curve again, that if I bring that in, I can cut the curve again, bring that into there, make my little mark there just a bit shorter, mark my curve there, so you can make a spine that will go down here, just like this one. Okay. If you've done it out of a complete piece of coloured card, then you don't need to do the spine down the side. So it's entirely up to you. Okay, so I shall move that off, and then I'll show you the last bit that I'm going to do on the front. Now, just to make it that bit more interesting, I've got a beautiful eagle on here that goes with the text up here. It's one of my favourite texts. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of small sticky fixers, see if I can get one just in the centre there. Right, so let's have a look, see whether it's going down there or up there. I think I'd like it just here. So press it down. Alright, so beautiful cards, and they just look like a book, and it makes such an interesting way to present a card. Okay, so have a go just with your craft stash, and God bless you all.